Yes, the Miami Heat are, of course, the 2013 NBA champions. The team won its third championship in franchise history last Thursday, sadly defeating the San Antonio Spurs. The Heat are now tied with the Pistons with having three championships for both franchises. Even though I can't stand this team, Miami did play well in Game 7. The team was just taken over. I meant to make this video this past Friday, but that did not happen. But hey, it's never too late. They had some kind of championship. They had their championship parade yesterday. I just heard about it. I didn't check it out. Don't plan on to. But LeBron James, he had 37 points. He wins his second championship and finals MVP. Dwayne Wade had 23 points. He wins his third championship. Shane Battier had 18 points. He was getting on my nerves dropping those three-pointers. Mario Chalmers also got on my nerves, also having, 14 points from him? Oh, he got on my nerves, man. They both got on my nerves. But either way, they are back-to-back champions. Rashard Lewis, one of the most overpaid players next to Joe Johnson. He wins his first, even though he barely played in the playoffs. Juwan Howard, former Michigan Wolverine of the Fab Five, he wins his second while coaching the young guns on the sidelines. Maybe now he'll retire, but I wouldn't be surprised if he returns doing what he did this season, coach on the sidelines. I have respect for Juwan Howard, but it's just interesting that he already has two championships, and poor Chris Webber and Jalen Rose, his former teammates of the Fab Five, don't have any championships. I mean, they were close to winning, some championship rings, but obviously the Sacramento Kings got fixed in the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers. It was obviously rigged. Poor C-Web. He didn't get his ring. Jalen, I remember, was in the NBA Finals back in 2000 against the Lakers as well, but they couldn't beat that Kobe Shaq. I feel bad for those guys. They don't have any rings, but Juwan Howard does. But, hey, he got two rings. Yeah, good for him. And last but not least, Ray Allen, former Celtic, also wins two with the rivalry team. Ray did not score in Game 7. Neither did Chris Bosh nor Mike Miller. And I know Celtics fans hate Ray Allen's guts even more since he won his second with the rivalry team. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Rajon Rondo are probably sick to their stomachs seeing their former teammate winning with Miami. I mean, I have respect for Ray Allen, but I still can't believe he joined Miami when the Celtics and the Heat pretty much hate each other. I mean, it's like he just joined the dark side. Like, who are you, Luke Skywalker of basketball? I know Luke Skywalker, I think, did join the dark side or almost did. But, hey, at least it didn't last that long. But it's that type of feeling. But you know what? Whatever. I still have respect. You definitely have to give it up to San Antonio. Give them their props as the team fought hard. Tim Duncan led the way with 24 points. Manu Ginobili, despite him having too many turnovers and throwing away horrible passes, he stepped up with 18 points. Kawhi Leonard, give this guy some love too. 19 points. I like the way he plays. Cool, calm, and collected. More players should be playing the same way he does. But I felt bad for Tim Duncan. The guy was so close getting his fifth ring. If he would have had not missed that one layup or that miss tipped in, San Antonio probably would have had won. I also feel bad for Tony Parker with just 10 points. You could tell he was exhausted, but he knew he had to suck it up and give it all he could. The only guy I really feel bad for is Tracy McGrady. I wanted to see T-Mac win his first ring after all the first-round exits and just the horrible injuries that messed up his career. I mean, seeing this picture of him getting carried on a stretcher, that just proves how you have to feel bad for this guy. I just feel bad that he didn't get his first championship. You have to feel bad for what he went through. Maybe T-Mac will return to San Antonio and try again next year, unless he goes to another team. But I think his best opportunity is staying with the team, so to get another shot of winning his first ring. Danny Green, I don't know what happened to this man. He was terrible in game 6 and 7. I mean, he only had 3 points in game 6. Well, that's because he was just D'ing up on his butt. But then in game 7, he just had 5 points. He only made 1 3-pointer, and that's it. I mean, it was like he was J.R. Smith all over again, just jacking up threes. Like, who are you, the New York Knicks? I mean, that team lives and dies by the three for a reason. I hate when most players these days just fall in love with the three-point shooting. What happened to driving or going to the basket and attacking the rim? Most players don't do it as often like they used to. I mean, it's better to do that besides relying on threes. If you rely on jacking threes too much, your team is done. It's not going to help them get over the hump. But Danny Green, 5 points. Gary Neal, I don't know what happened to him in game 7. He had 5 points as well. So him and Green had a total of 10 points. What the heck was going on? But even though Chris Bosh had 0 points, hey, he can still celebrate and throw some champagne on his face and cry if he wants to, no matter what people thinks. I also thought Game 6 was kind of rigged when in the fourth quarter when Manu Ginobili was driving to the basket and he lost the ball. It was like, where was the foul? They didn't call the foul on when Manu lost the ball, and they called it on for somebody from San Antonio. I thought they should have called it on Ray Allen for the Heat, but they called it on San Antonio. See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't like when the NBA is rigged. It's fixed and stuff. That's bull crap. I just want to see competitive, fair basketball without it being rigged. I think Game 6 was pretty much rigged. They probably rigged it so it can be a Game 7. Hey, every NBA Finals can't always go to 7 games. It is what it is. Sometimes it'll go 6, sometimes 7. Sometimes it'll be a sweep depending on what team go against each other. Maybe sometimes 5, but hey, if it's a Game 6, it's a Game 6. It is what it is. But they took that crap to Game 7. And it's also, I found this very interesting, but I guess LeBron James, from last year when he won his first championship, he had some shoes came out, and it said 2011, 2012 NBA champions. But it's like before Game 7, he had some new shoes, and it said 2012, 2013 NBA champions. And I thought that was very eerie and weird because this was before Game 7, and they haven't even won the championship yet. I mean, that sounds suspicious, you ask me. And it's like they knew that the Heat were going to win, or it just sounds rigged. I don't know. I just thought that was pretty eerie. Yeah, so the Miami Heat are the 2013 NBA champions. Even though I can't stand them, hey, they did it. I mean, they was just killing in Game 7. And it's like most of the guys, they was just let LeBron dropping threes. They backing up from him. Nah, y'all got to keep D'ing up on his butt, man. Y'all can't just let him shoot three-pointers all willy-nilly, leave him all by himself like that. Especially, I think, was in the third quarter. He was all by himself on the right side of the corner, and it's like nobody wasn't near him. So he's like, let me drop it. Bam. The three-pointer went in. It's like, what the hell? At least try to run up to him and catch him before he... there was no one around him. What the heck? I didn't get that. Hey, but all you Miami Heat fans, hey, your team won, so you might as well celebrate. And I'm talking about the true Miami Heat fans, not them bandwagoners that are just fake and just join the bandwagon because of LeBron, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh. And like I said, most people probably don't even remember guys like Glenn Rice or Jamal Mashburn, who used to play with the Heat. Who's Jamal Mashburn? That's sad. It's all right to know your history. Ain't nothing wrong knowing your history of other players in the past that play with the team that you are fans of. Now, I'm sure a lot of Miami Heat fans should, and I'm sure remember when Shaq played for the Heat. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, Shaq is one of the most popular and most dominant centers in NBA history. There's no excuse for you to not remember that man playing for the Heat or not know him at all. So, whatever. Yep. So we have to wait till next season. I mean, Miami may go for a three-peat, but I don't know. They possibly might not go to the NBA Finals next year, in my opinion, because the Heat have been in the NBA Finals for the past 3 years now: 2011, 2012, and 2013. There has not been one. There has not been a team I recall going to the finals 4 freaking times. For and besides, that's just crazy impossible to do that. And besides, I'm tired of seeing the Heat in the finals. We need to see somebody new and fresh in the Eastern Conference. We need to see somebody new. I'm tired of seeing the Heat already, but we'll see how they do next season. I don't know who can stop Miami or even compete with them. As far as the Boston Celtics, depending on what the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks do, I don't think those two teams will have a shot beating Miami. Obviously not. But maybe the Celtics, depending on what they do. The only teams I think are possible to give Miami problems is the Chicago Bulls with the return of Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, he's been out the entire year. He should be nice and healthy, and he should be ready for next season. And with him healthy, he should give Miami some problems. And he'll probably be in his MVP form that he was a couple of seasons ago. So we'll just see how that goes. And possibly the Indiana Pacers. That Indiana Pacers, a young team that you want to mess with, especially Roy Hibbert, his tall, drinking water. Good grief, that dude is big. And as for the West, San Antonio, they can possibly return to the finals. I mean, it's bound to happen. And that depends on what OKC do with a healthy Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Yeah, but I think San Antonio can possibly get back to the finals, but they're going to have to do something if they want to win the fifth championship. I think they should go after like another athletic guy like Kawhi Leonard, because Kawhi Leonard, that nasty dunk he did on Mike Miller was just freaking nasty. They should at least get like two athletic freaks, like Kawhi Leonard, and if they do that, they should be straight. But that's about it. That's all I have to say. Miami Heat 2013 NBA champions. Later.